Welcome back, friends and family of CW Haircare. This week, we are going to be talking about porosity. And what is it? What's porosity and why does it matter to you and your hair type? First of all, porosity is the measurement of empty spaces in a material. For example, take a look at this brick and this sponge. Now this brick represents low porosity because the amount of empty spaces is low, thus harder to absorb water and moisture. And the sponge represents high porosity because the amount of empty space is high, meaning that it's able to absorb more water and more moisture. Porosity refers to how well moisture penetrates the cuticle layer of the hair shaft. In low porosity hair, the cuticles are resistant and repel moisture, like you see here. Now with medium porosity, the cuticle is slightly open, which allows moisture to penetrate a lot easier than low porosity, as you see in this image. Now with high porosity hair, the cuticles are raised and moisture easily escapes that hair shaft. I think these pine cones to me demonstrate the best difference between low, medium, and high porosity. The one on the far left represents low porosity. As you can see, the cuticles of this pine cone lay really flat. The middle one, the medium porosity, they're a little bit more raised, allowing moisture to come in and go out of it very easily, and it retains moisture very well. Now the one with high porosity, as you can see in this pine cone, that the needles, or let's say the cuticles, are wide open. So moisture escapes very rapidly, and this level of porosity in hair kind of lets the hair be more dry, more so than the low porosity or the medium porosity. Rather than wasting your precious time and money on products that don't work well with your hair's type of porosity, you can do two simple tests to discover what type of porosity your hair has. One of these tests is the water test. Get a glass of room temperature water, take a piece of your hair, drop it into the water, or take several pieces of your hair so that you can see. I tried to do the test and film it, but it was almost impossible to see my hair in this glass of water. So you can do this test. Just drop a piece of your hair in the glass of water, and if it floats on the top, it's low porosity. If it kind of hangs around the middle, obviously, it's medium porosity. And if it sinks to the bottom, then it's high porosity. There's one simple test. The second test is the slide test. And what that is you take a strand of your hair, and just slide your hand up the hair. All right, slide your thumb and finger up and down the single strand of hair. If your fingers slide easily and glide easily up and down the hair shaft, is low porosity. If you feel bumps and, like little pricklies and things, then it's high porosity. Somewhere in between, obviously, is medium porosity. Those are the two tests that you can use to discover what type of hair porosity you have. All right, let's cut to the chase. Let's get right to it. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment in this section right below so that you can be entered into winning a prize that we'll announce at the next video's end. But right now, let's just go ahead and discuss what high porosity is. Per the experts, high porosity consists of little to no natural shine. You also tend to have to use more product to get your hair moisturized and get that style working right, like in some of these pictures we're showing here. Moisturizer to get the hair moisturized as needed, to be able to get your style correct the way that you want it to look. And it's usually caused by chemical damage like color and perms and constant heat, like flat ironing every day. The drying time tends to be really quick with high porosity hair. That's because the moisture in the hair escapes really quick, as opposed to low porosity, it stays wet a very long time. The cuticle, which is the outer layer of the hair, is wide, as demonstrated In this picture, the cuticle outer layer of high porosity hair is wide. Due to the high amount of moisture that high porosity hair allows in, swimming and even shampooing and conditioning your hair can damage your hair and cause it to break. What can we do to benefit high porosity hair? Well, first of all, protein treatments are excellent for this type of hair. We have a video on that. We'll drop the link down in our description section. First of all, using a protein treatment like our fermented black rice water for 40 to 45 minutes monthly is excellent. Excellent for this type of hair, and it will lower the porosity when used properly. Leave-in conditioners are very important for high porosity hair as well. After putting in your leave-in, put your hair in a protective style, or at least put it in a protective style at bedtime. That way the moisture is seeping in, it's repairing the hair, and it's trying to get it from that high porosity to at least a medium, all right? Moisture sealants like hair masks done weekly, then of course, put into a protective style nightly before bed, or just wear your protective style all the time. It is really beneficial for your hair, helps it to grow, and helps it to stay healthy. Look for ingredients like butters and oils in your shampoo and conditioners. That way you're protecting your hair and not damaging it any further. Use heat treatments like hot oil treatments. They are extremely beneficial for high porosity hair. Our silk growth oil contains olive oil, it contains shea butter, it contains lavender oil, and a whole host of other oils that are extremely beneficial for high porosity hair to bring it back and get it back into condition. Also, you can have a combination of the two. You can have high porosity at the ends and low porosity at the roots, for example. Taking care of it where you're taking care of your low porosity hair at the root level and then doing that extra care that you need at the ends level, you know, more protein treatment down here, moisture sealant, doing a mask, and then just simply maybe spraying the cytophylactic scalp spray at the roots to help it to grow and to help it to stay healthy. Now let's talk about medium porosity hair. Quick. Medium porosity hair allows the right amount of moisture to move in and to move out of the hair. It is the more healthier type of hair in our high, medium, and low porosity. So if you're trying to color treat your hair, you're gonna get that color. If you're trying to perm your hair is gonna perm fine without a lot of damage, and it's gonna work exactly as expected. Medium porosity hair usually isn't affected by dryness, but you do have to moisturize often. For medium porosity hair, use natural ingredients. I'm always gonna promote natural ingredients because it's the best thing for your hair. It doesn't contain chemicals or any harmful additives that will damage your hair. So medium porosity hair also benefits really well from protein treatments, and we have one for you. Our fermented black rice water is an excellent protein treatment for medium porosity hair. Use it on medium porosity hair for, 20 to 30 minutes. We have a video. The video is in our description below. After that, just go ahead and do another protective style for your hair. It's the most beneficial hairstyle for our hair type, okay? If you don't wear a protective style all the time, then wear it sometimes, you know, half the month, maybe just at night when you wake up in the morning. You can take your protective style down and just go about your day as usual. Also, make sure you do a moisture and strengthening treatment often, like a hot oil treatment. You can use our silk growth oil for the hot oil treatment for your medium porosity hair. Just after you shampoo and condition your hair, apply the oil to your hair, cover it with a plastic cap and a heating cap, and sit under there for about 20 to 30 minutes. Then rinse it out, put it in a protective style, and go about your day. Use lightweight oils on your medium porosity hair to make your curls pop and your hair shine and stand out like wow. Make sure you, as we talked about in our shampooing and conditioning video, we'll leave that link below as well, Don't use hot water. Use lukewarm to cool water for your hair. Why? Because hot water helps the moisture to escape a lot quicker, and we don't want our moisture to escape. We want to retain our moisture. So use cool or lukewarm water when shampooing and conditioning your hair. Remember to stick around to the end of the video so we can tell you who won our drawing. All right, now subscribe, leave a comment. That gets you entered into winning in our next video's drawing. All right, now we're gonna discuss low porosity hair. Low porosity hair holds on to water and moisture longer. It takes longer for the water to penetrate into it because the shaft in the cuticle is pretty much closed. Low porosity usually has a naturally shiny gloss because the cuticles are all going in the same direction and they are closed. Low porosity hair is difficult to chemically treat, and those of you with low porosity hair know what I'm talking about. When you're trying to dye it that beautiful color that's on the box and you leave it on there and you're so excited and you go to rinse it off and your hair is still black. Yep, that's low porosity hair. It's very difficult to chemically treat, meaning to perm and to color. It's prone to having buildup. So like if you're using oils or creams and things like that, it weighs the hair down and it tends to build up, and you have to wash it a lot more often than the other hair types. Also, with low porosity hair, protein should not be in your regimen at all. But if you do use protein, we have a video on that where we're talking about it. It's in the description section. For low porosity hair, 10 minutes once a month is what we recommend. Anything longer than that is going to start to cause breakage and split ends and damage to the hair. So if you're going to use a protein treatment, 10 minutes once a month. Check out our video to explain more and why. Now, taking care of low porosity hair. One of the problems with low porosity hair is that the cuticle is closed. So one of the things that you can do to open up those cuticles and to help get moisture penetrated into the hair shaft is heat treatment. So like when we tell you to do a hot oil treatment, that you heat up the oil and you place it on your hair. When it's nice and hot, it helps the cuticles to open up and absorb the moisture that you're putting into. Also using a heating cap. If you're gonna use like a really light oil or cream because you wanna moisturize your hair, put the cream on your hair, cover it with a plastic cap, then put the heating cap on top of it and let it sit there for about 20 minutes. The heat will cause the hair shaft to open up and the moisture to penetrate into it. Also, using a very light liquid on low porosity hair is one of the better things to use for this hair type. Like our cytophylactic scalp spray, it is very light, it's water-based, it does not have oils in it. Well, it has a little bit of lavender oil in it, but it is not oil-based like our silk growth oil. And you spray it on your scalp and it keeps the scalp really healthy, and it penetrates down to the hair shaft and keep it very, very strong and very, very healthy and promotes growth. After using the spray on your hair, a protective style is recommended. Now, of course, use your protective style as long as you want to use it. It's not necessarily to keep your hair in a protective style. That's your option. Protective styles are protective styles. So they protect your hair from heat damage, wind damage, and at work and all of those other places that you have to go. Protective styles help to protect that, and it protects from manipulation. So you're not manipulating, pressing your hair, curling your hair, twisting your hair. Often it stays as is and it's allowed to grow more efficiently. Here's a really good guide that you guys can stop the video on, take notes on, maybe take a picture of, so that you can refer back to it when you want to understand the difference between high, medium, and low porosity. Here it is. Now, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, and now for our drawing. Of course, we always do a drawing at the end of our video. For those people that subscribed and left a comment on the last video, which was talking about beard care. So let's get our names here. We have our names. And of course, we have our trusty bag. Let's drop them in here. I promise I will not shake them out of the bag and onto the floor as I do every week. Let's go ahead and draw names, all right? First name we have is Stacy Smith. Stacy Smith is our winner. Yay, Stacy! Contact us at info@cwhaircare.com right there and let us know which product you'd like for us to send to you for free. And we have, oh my gosh, Tina Guy. Yay, Tina! I think you won before, but you know, you can enter to win as many times as you like. Anytime you leave a comment on any one of our videos, the next video we will do a drawing and you can win again like Tina just did. You know I like to leave you guys with a motivational speech before I leave, and here it is. You have never lived this day and you never will again. Live it to the fullest. All right, love you guys. See you on our next video. Enjoy the rest of your week.